Yo, welcome back, Nerdy. How we feeling getting into match 2 of the day? How'd you like match 1? What are your expectations? What are your thoughts for Silverr
It
versus
was a good
Pulsar?
match. It was a good match. I am looking forward to the next match here, of course, the upcoming match between Silverr and Pulsar. Personally, I think I'm favoring Silverr in this. I'm obviously very biased. I do like Silverr. But at the end of the day, I think this could go either way. I think it has upset potential, of course. I think any match does. But at least for now, I gotta favor my boy Silverr.
Yeah, I mean, Silverr is the non-qualifier player in this matchup. All 4 of our best of 5s today are one player from the top 12, one player from the qualifiers. Pulsar did make it through. Silverr did auto qualify, and if we look at the results from the first match, qualifier player is not doing so hot. I mean, we have a great sample size there of 1, but it is a 1-0 for the bracket pre-qualified players, for lack of a better way to say that. And Silverr does also have more of the playoffs tournament experience as well. Has again season 1 played every season except for the last one. I think Pulsar only has been in season 1, so it's very hard to remember everything, and maybe I could be better at that. But I think Pulsar definitely the less experienced playoff player, but again, anything can happen. And I think, Nerdy, we can get a little bit of a look into Pulsar's mind here. We do have a exclusive player interview with Pulsar,
Right.
and this is coming at a good time because Nerdy's about to burst out laughing.
Anytime anyone prompts me, I can't help myself. What can I say?
Someone says stop laughing, you just start laughing. It's a trump card.
It's not fair, man.
But yeah, we do have a exclusive interview
I'm
with
excited.
Pulsar himself. See what his thoughts are on the match. See what his thoughts are on the playoffs. So we'll send you guys into that. See what he has to say.
Hello, my name is Pulsar. I'm a 22-year-old speedrunner from Turkey. I first came across Minecraft speedrunning in 2021 during the exclusive versus Boston speedrun rivalry, which made me start playing. Qualifiers were extremely fun with its ups and downs. I'm glad to say I played good enough to qualify for playoffs. I just worked on my mistakes and tried to improve my gameplay like I always do. I played playoffs for seasons. It has been a long time since then, and I think I improved a lot to spend. I don't know, I guess I like playing chess. There's nothing much more to say.
Likes chess, kind of a beast, no?
So base. I love
a
chess.
Giga Chad hobby, right?
Oh, chess is so good. Oh man, I wish
Pretty
it's
good
one of those
stuff.
things I wish I got more into. I love chess.
I feel like
It's so good. It's such a
I
good
feel like
game.
it's like so demotivating to be so bad though.
I agree. I agree, but I feel like that's what makes it a good game.
You just have to look past it though. I mean, yeah. I
could beat Daniel Negreanu in a hand of poker. You know what I mean? It's possible, which is kind of hype, but like it's possible.
You
could take away half my pieces and I would never never win to Magnus Carlsen. It would never happen.
If you took away half of your pieces, it would be a lot harder. I think you meant
yeah.
Take away half of Magnus.
Like have my pawns and half my. I think he could beat me with half his pawns and half of his regular pieces. I think
if you just straight up chopped half the board.
Like maybe if you made it in like a slightly fair way. Okay, maybe I'm overestimating, but like I'm just saying it's a game that like we talk a lot about how it's like the better player wins.
If you have 4 queens, do you think you'd win? Usually, like or replace like your bishops and your knights with queens. So you have 5. You have 5 queens, 2 rooks, and king, and everything else is the same. Do you think you would win?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
I don't think I would win either.
Yeah, I really don't. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just. I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating how good that would be, but I really think he would beat me still. Yeah.
I don't think I would either. Like it's literally a different game. And it's so crazy too, because like you watch like, well, I don't know. I mean, I just saying, like watching like the chess videos online, or like the like tournaments or whatever, and they put the eval bar up, and it's like you're watching the game, and it's like, oh yeah, that move does look so obvious because the commentators are talking about it, and the stupid computer shows the best way to do it. And then I pull up chess.com on my phone, and my queen's gone in 4 moves, and I'm at 700 elo, and I'm like, what the fuck's happening? Like, I watch the games, and I feel like I'm 4,000, and then it's just over. So I don't know. That's why I can't get into it. Is I feel so stupid. I feel so dumb playing chess because it's like
I'm sure that like people
generations on generations of like mistakes that have to.
I'm sure people watching like your events or something probably feel similar. They're like, oh, so he's doing the obvious thing here, but then I feel like doing it coming up with the thing is a lot harder than understanding why it's a good thing.
Yeah, the skill in like doing it on the fly. But I mean, chess is just so crazy though, man. I don't know. Chess is so crazy.
Okay, last yap. It reminds me a lot of like math. Like if you've ever seen like a proof for math, it's like every single step is like, oh yeah, that totally like, yeah, that tracks. I completely understand. But then like you have to prove the thing from scratch yourself. It's like so much harder. I feel like that's what chess is when I watch those games.
Being able to like string all the ideas together and like knowing.
Well, it is like literally logic. So yes, yeah.
All right, I appreciate the last yap call out as well. That was very disciplined of you, Nerdy. So we'll throw it into the player profiles here. Let's see what these stats are looking like. Only 350 games from Silverr in this ranked season. No, he's been very committed to ranked on streams the past couple weeks, but not so much throughout the whole season. Very, very decorated ranked player, very decorated Minecraft event space winner as well. Maybe I don't know about the runner with the least nerves today, but one of the runners, obviously, if not the least nerves in the whole bracket, maybe second or third least nerves. Just been in these situations so many times, but not that much ranked experience this season, and we saw that come back to bite him last season. Wasn't even able to make it through qualifiers. Didn't play at all in the season 4 bracket. So we'll see if he can not make that. Well, I mean, he hasn't made that same mistake again because he's qualified to the bracket directly, getting top 12. But is that ranked experience going to disadvantage him? Let's see. Pulsar's player profile here. Gonna expect a lot more matches. There it is. Yeah, triple the amount of matches almost. Nearing 1,000, and ranked average time very similar. 11:25. I think Silverr's was 11:03. So very similar, maybe 20 seconds of difference. But watching V-Street and Kennen lost 2 of those seeds by 15-20 seconds, and would have lost the third one by 15-20 seconds as well if it was not for choking the side setup 0. So I do say a lot that those seconds maybe don't matter too much, like when the average is 15-20 seconds, but it might matter more than we think this season if all these games are going to be that close. The small things here and there that add up, right? Like couple seconds faster on the preemptive, your hunger resets are just a little better, blaze bed a little faster, stuff like that. It could all just add up and be the difference in all the seeds. I don't know.
I am certainly excited. I mean, I will say, I don't know, is it good, or I'm trying to think if it's advantageous or not that they haven't played a lot. I don't know who it benefits. Probably neither very much. But I guess like there's not like a clear storyline being told here from their matches. They've won one each and they've lost one each. So I don't know. Like there's going to be more games played today between these two than they've ever played before. So we really don't know necessarily how they compete. Obviously, Silverr does have, I think the most notable thing I saw was just like a higher win rate and less games played. I believe.
Yeah.
But, or this season specifically. But, maybe that practice is what makes the difference for Pulsar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, I think anything can happen. Pulsar does have the qualifiers experience, does have the edge on the ranked experience, but Silverr has the tournament experience edge. So we'll see. Let's throw it over to the pick bands for just a second here, as I know our runners are ready to get into the game. And 2 dry overworlds banned, for lack of a better way to phrase it, like the BT and shipwreck, or like the wet overworlds. I don't know a better way to say that, like the ocean ones and the land ones, I guess.
Yeah, I think ocean makes sense, Farnberg.
Yeah,
I
I mean, it is the ocean.
don't know. I mean, like, cause like, what if there's just like more humidity in like a desert or something, or like in a sorry, not in a desert, in a village. You know, that just might be true.
Okay.
But anyway.
But like, you know what I meant also, but
I did
getting
know
into
what you mean. I did know what you
getting into a buried treasure seed, which means that over half the seeds today we've seen are going to be buried treasure. 2 out of 4 in the first best 5 were BTs, and now we're starting off again with a BT, but a notably different bands. We did see Room Portal banned this best of 5, Shipwreck banned last best of 5, so no Room Portal, at least still seed 4 for this match, but we'll see if we even get there. Maybe this will be a 3-0 sweep. We'll see who's on their game and who's not.
Immediate find here for Pulsar. Looks like Silverr may be a little bit behind. Stream delays look about the same.
Just a couple seconds, but could matter. This is very ugly BT as well. 8 iron, 2 diamonds, so can't even make an iron pressure plate. Have to punch this out for a button and then figure out a stone axe.
Oh man,
Silverr,
I think
yeah.
one thing that's
Go ahead.
messing me up personally is that Pulsar's skin looks more like Silver's old skin than Silver's current skin, and this is like really messing with my head. Wow, like I keep looking over and like, oh, that's Silverr with the TikTok cape and like the. Am I crazy here? Doesn't that look like Silver's skin? Okay, I'm sorry.
It does
the new
look
Silverr
similar.
Skin looks nothing like Silver's old skin.
I see what you mean. In my head,
What about the
I'm never
TikTok
really looking at the player skins. I'm just looking at like the sides, but the hair is similar. I see your vision, and I can relate. I see it.
So if I mess up, chat, I am sorry. I am sorry. I'll try my best to keep track, but this is actually
Interesting.
like,
Both runners here in this ravine,
both baited.
both committing to the fake ravine. Silverr finds the side of this though. Pulsar didn't. It was, you know, broken off by a stone chunk border. Pretty common thing to see in these situations, but this might be good for Pulsar. Look at this. Silverr, I don't think has the lava to finish this.
Oh,
Pulsar
no.
found a different
Oh, this is huge.
magma ravine. Yeah, this is not good for Silverr. Yeah, not even gonna build the portal here. Gonna move over to this lava, and that's a lot of time here in the overworld. And does Silverr have the woodlight also? Like, he should have iron. I don't know why he's building the. I guess it's just the blocks that he has, but yeah, why? I'm so confused.
Oh, apparently he miscrafted. According to chat,
That
now having to wait. Wow, this is a this is a
yeah,
really bad
that's
start here for Silverr.
an absurd amount of time loss. Pulsar already in the Bastion route. He must have made 2 shovels. Yeah, second iron shovel in the inventory. And I mean, it's better to do this than it is to reset the seed potentially, right? Depending on, you know, you craft the iron shovel a minute in. This woodlight shouldn't take a minute, but you're just sitting here if you're Silverr. There's no overlap. There's no anything. Pulsar already starting to mine this housing gold. Yeah, it's just, that is not good, for lack of a better way to say it. And looking at how linear this nether is, fortress visible from the Bastion, it's almost on Pulsar to make a mistake if he wants to lose the seed. Because Pulsar knows from advancements that Silver's in the Bastion now. So Pulsar knows that he's so far ahead already that it might be over.
I do feel like Silverr could come back here, but I mean,
It's just
I don't know.
got to be dependent on
Pulsar
Pulsar
is
messing
just.
up.
I mean, this is just like very like the more thing we have housing here, which is very reliable. We have the fortress in sight. I think at this point we need like
20
a
obsidian as
death or
well.
yeah, something like that for if you're rooting for Silverr here. I mean, but Pulsar just playing this completely correctly. Like nothing, no mistakes so far that I've really seen, except for maybe falling for the bait that Silverr also fell for at the very
It
beginning.
is only 4 beds, 0 anchors.
Mm.
Pulsar directly on some
Ooh.
glowstone. Didn't opt to mine it. Threw a bad pearl, but did save himself. So it could be an explosive situation. Has TNT for blaze bed, but yeah, only 4 beds, and again didn't mine that glowstone that he was right next to. As the glowstone's the limiting factor on the anchors here. Only 12 glowstone dust, but definitely. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how much crying, but Silverr has 12, so it has to be at least 2 anchors worth. So we'll see. That could be the difference maker, potentially, if Silverr is able to attempt 0 cycle. But he's still just so far behind. Pulsar triple TNT. A little scuffed.
Did you get 3 off?
No, didn't get that 3rd TNT off.
Yeah.
So he's gonna try to get it off
no.
now. Oh my god, I think he blew up the spawner. Maybe not. Oh no, he
No,
didn't.
I think
Okay,
he
got a
placed the
in.
block. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally the bit rate. Like I didn't look like he put the block in, and like I was looking at his mouse shake, and it looked like he like was panicking, but I guess the block was there. It does all blend together. So we'll see. But I mean, Pulsar, again, just so far ahead in this fort, has probably killed 10, 12 blazes over Silverr at this point.
Right.
I don't know if the rates are necessarily there, but that's the 6th rod, potentially even a 7th. No. But is able to just crank it. And I wonder if you're on 58 string, that's 4 beds, 1 anchor, no glowstone. Like, do you try to mine glowstone on the way to 2nd portal? Do you hope there's sheep in the overworld here? I could very easily find some sheep in this plains for 0 cycle materials. Is he going to look for it? He is. Yeah, look at this pearl as well. Pearling, making shears, heading for sheep.
Right.
That's the play, and it's time loss, but he's far enough ahead to where this is okay. And so many sheep as well. There's about to be on pace for like 9 or 10 beds.
Which is what you like to see.
Yep, there it is.
Man.
He's on his way back. Silverr blinding on what looks to be 4 rods next to sheep as well, but in a dark oak instead of this
Silverr
plains.
is kind of making this look closer. I mean, I'm not exactly sure where, but just is catching up a little bit.
A couple rods behind. Also shearing sheep for beds. Has no axe for wood.
I guess. Nice.
Threw
I guess he was
out.
a full minute behind, so it looks like he's still about a minute behind. I don't think he's. Never mind. I think they were just both blinding. So in my head, I was like, oh, they're neck and neck. But in reality, Pulsar is leaving.
Yeah, and this is a very far stronghold as well. Pulsar, very deep.
There's an axe right there. Am I stupid?
I think maybe he picked it up or dropped it or something.
Oh, interesting.
Or just didn't see it. Pulsar digging down accords. Has to dig down a little slow due to being on a heart and a half, trying to play it safe, but in this stronghold, significantly faster than Silverr's going to make it, but he misses.
Oh my god. That could be really bad.
And Silverr's digging down nearly 1,000 blocks offset in the overworld here. Silverr's going to be at 0 on his X. Pulsar's at 900. If Silverr hits, it's over. It's over. Pulsar's 900 away.
Wait, what just happened?
A missed bow tie we've seen, and it must be so. Silverr doesn't know it at the moment, right? Because the split is just finding stronghold. Maybe Pulsar had to get more stuff in the overworld. Maybe he had a hunger reset. Maybe he's building a 2nd portal right now. But Pulsar knows
Did he make a mistake?
So far away.
I don't
Yeah, it was
understand.
a mismeasure on the eye.
Mismeasure. Oh, interesting.
I mean, just has to be, right? And half heart, but I don't know how much it matters because again, nerdy Nimbot doesn't know if you desynced. So if you throw the eye and you don't, Nimbot doesn't even know that you're looking at an eye. You could just look in the air and F3C and it'll tell you chords. If they're not going to be right, but it'll tell you chords. And if you tell Nimbot to always be 100% accurate, it'll give you that 100% no matter what. So it's up to the runner to not desync. And unfortunately, that happened to Pulsar. And Silverr's now heading for the 0. After being behind almost a minute, if not more, entering the nether, gets the first bet off and has a wealth of explosives from the Sheeps on blind. 3 more beds, 2 more anchors. That's going to be seed 1 going to Silverr.
Wow. I mean, after all of that time lost at the very beginning, just one mismeasurement.
Yeah. I mean, Pulsar would have I spied what, a minute faster? And just didn't measure correctly. Maybe nerves, maybe just a little bit of a misinput. Didn't realize it. I'm not sure exactly what happened on the desync, but that's a 10 flat from Silverr. And that's our seed 1.
Wow.
Like what a turnaround there at the end. Yeah, a minute and 10 seconds slower entering the nether. Chat, the split times on the sides are correct. The colors and like the plus minus in the middle, potentially wrong. So just look at the side timings. All the numbers are right. It's just the colors and that are potentially inaccurate. But yeah, I mean, Silverr just didn't mismeasure, and that's one of those mistakes that you lose minutes to, as opposed to throwing one bad pearl could lose you 5-10 seconds. Throwing one bad eye could lose you 5 minutes, and that was it. That was all that mattered in the seed.
That's crazy. Incredibly punishing for Pulsar. Yeah, I didn't catch the measuring split. Like I wasn't paying super close attention. I guess that's definitely something that we'll have to keep an eye on for the post analysis from Fulham. But I don't know. I feel kind of bad for Pulsar. I feel like that's just such a lame way to lose so much time, especially when I feel like Silverr made more blatant mistakes that were sort of more consistently. I don't know. It seems like Silverr didn't play that seed very well, is what I'm trying to say. Especially at the beginning. I mean, I guess towards the nether onwards, it was fine, but Pulsar makes one mistake like that I didn't even notice. Neither of us noticed. And
yeah, I mean, it's just like you can't even really notice it till it happens, right? It's such a minor thing that that happens like in the moment. You could literally be like 1 pixel off on the desync. That's all you need to be off. So it's something that you don't expect the mistake to happen, but it's still such a precise part of the run. And
right.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that one mistake costs, minutes on the run, as opposed to, like you said, Silverr made more mistakes in that seed, in the overworld and potentially in the nether as well, but it wasn't the mistake that ended up mattering. So that's all, and we're gonna be heading into a seed 2, see what Pulsar picks here.
Yeah, we gotta just move on.
Shipwreck and Village left in the pool. Pulsar is gonna pick Shipwreck. Again, we're going to have to see the Shipwreck and the Village both being played, as we are guaranteed at least 3 seeds. But yeah, I mean, just need that mental bounce back. Pulsar was ahead on basically that entire seed up until missing the Stronghold.
And yet another sort of wet seed, as you call them, Feinberg. We'll see if this... if Silverr can kind of bounce back. The last seed, he did win.
It's definitely better to call them ocean seeds and land seeds, as opposed to wet
I kind of like
wet
that.
and dry seeds. Drippy seed.
Yeah.
What is it? What was the saying? Is drip or drown? So these are drip seeds. Is that the saying? What people would say? Like
have
drip
no
or
idea.
drown?
I have
Does
no
anyone
idea.
know? Chat, someone has to back me up. Is
I
that
have
what
no
people would
idea. I
say?
have no idea what you're on about, Hamburg. I'm sorry.
No? Guys, come on, somebody.
Wait, like from what? When are people saying this? Is this a song or something?
It's a song? I'm right? It's a song? Bro, I don't it's just something I've heard. Like I don't know what it's from. Like
Yeah, I got nothing. I got
this commentary has a drown. Oh my god.
Damn.
This commentary is going hard on mute. Holy shit. We got a shipwreck seed though. Gold axe out. 6 carrots for golden carrots, 3 bread as well.
Who likes
Pretty
rap?
obvious
It's the most
shipwreck, I guess.
popular genre.
Yeah, I guess it's a rap song, I guess. I don't know. Pulsar has 1 grass in his inventory. Interesting stuff. Where is this magma ravine? Let's see. Silverr had issues finding the ravine earlier.
Okay. Boat looking down. I can't tell the difference. I can't. If you quiz me,
It kind of does look like Silverr
would
is
not know.
playing on the right also.
I would not know. That's all I'm saying. Like if Silverr, okay, here's my hottest take. If Silverr rocked with this skin one day, okay, I wouldn't question it at all. I would just be like, oh yeah, it's just like a new Silverr alteration skin, or if you know,
Like if they swap skins, you wouldn't it wouldn't
Yeah.
stand out at all.
exactly. Well, maybe this specific Silverr skin looks like the most unique, very pink, you know, but now, I think from like the front, like looking at the front right there, right? Like the Pulsar face is like very different, I think.
But what you're seeing
looking
when
at-
they're in F5 like this, right?
Exactly. Especially with the cape covering most of the skin. Anyways,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's okay.
I
Already
digress.
another stables. A lot of stables action today.
That's what I
One
like to see.
triple that Silver's going to be entering here. Pulsar not messing around with the triple. Getting messed up by this piglin and has a shovel to distract, so it can't right click the piglin with the shovel. Unfortunately. Can only do that with gold ingots. But Silverr looks like he's going to grab this gap, or triple gold, I should say, and bring it down to the gap. And it looks like Pulsar doing the same thing as well. Very good route for ranked. Not sure so much for any percent runs. But just, guarantees you extra 4 gold blocks. Could be that 20th obsidian. Could be that 5th bed. Could be that 2nd stack of pearls that you need. But Silverr just a little ahead on starting the trades here by maybe 5-10 seconds. And I think the fort was very visible off of this bastion as well. So not going to be necessarily needing any pyre coming out from the runners.
Yeah, it looks like they're setting up preemptive already.
Very smart
some
overlap
pearls.
there. Yeah,
I
we'll
wonder.
see.
I've been thinking a lot about this recently, Fine Break. When it comes to gaming specifically, with this kind of thing, I think making those kind of decisions, like we just saw from Pulsar, to switch to, the preemptive, right?
Sure.
I think those kind of things are things that are easier to do if you can be in kind of like an autopilot mode. Do you agree or am I wrong here? Do you think that like the best runners, how much of it do you think is autopilot versus kind of like thinking
Oh
because
yeah,
I feel like when
100%.
you're autopiloting like the Bastion route, for example, I feel like then you're able to do other things and think about other things and practice for other things. And I feel like
Yeah, that 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Full stop is just correct. But Pulsar in the fort first here, as we saw Silverr starting the trades first. So must have just must add a little bit more pigs. But both these runners at the same spawner. Gonna be cranking out the blaze bed, and while we wait for the rods, the rates, all that jazz. Yeah, I mean, it is, at least from my experience, being able to autopilot
I more
that
mean
stuff
generally in gaming
is-
also.
Yeah, it's so crucial because basically every game is so like mental based. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, that's not really the right word, but like you just have to think about so much.
Like decision making.
And so if you can have those mechanical things, right? Like setting that preemptive pie, being able to do like pyrate, right? Go down
like
for
dealing with
up
these
3.
mobs.
Yeah, like being able to do the mundane mechanical stuff full autopilot, like no thought whatsoever, lets you invest all of your brain power into like, what materials do I have? Like, what are we gonna do for the 0? Like,
Yeah,
do I have a gold pick? Like, what are my tools looking like? What's my food looking like? How am I managing this terrain? Like, am I thinking about home portal? There's so many things to think about
Sure.
every seed, and if you're able to boil the seed down to just those things, and spend all your brain power on that, make the best decisions possible there and the fastest decisions possible there, that's it's crucial. And like, yeah, like you said, any game you play, but even more especially Minecraft speedrunning, because there's just so many different decisions on every single seed. The terrain
it's
will
also
always
probably
be different.
I'd imagine it's probably just because of the similarity, especially in something like a Bastion. It probably is a game that like really starts off insanely hard to do like off autopilot, and then it becomes like completely free. Whereas something like CS:GO, it's the same map every time, but you know the enemy positions or whatever are going to vary a little bit from game to game.
Yeah,
from round
maybe
to round.
you can autopilot Minecraft
Yeah.
stuff a little more. I see the vision.
Yeah, so that's what I'm maybe saying, which doesn't make it easier. There's still like, again, like so can the other person, right? So you need to be faster in other ways, and that's kind of where I'm wondering, like, I don't know, because like to me when I see that Pulsar decision, to me I know that's something I really struggle with, is to think like even like to the next split. But the reason I'm impressed by that Pulsar decision is because that's thinking like 4 splits ahead.
Yeah,
so
setting the preemptive pie in the Bastion.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because you know that, hey, I'm not pyring for the fort, I can do it now. I can think
Right.
about other things later. But both these runners heading to Chords, and I mean, they're both maybe 5-6 blocks away, building up in the lava here. I don't know. Oh my God, Nerdy! Look at this.
Look at this.
-80 on the X for Pulsar,
What?
-96 on the X for Silverr.
Oh no.
And Silverr this time misses.
Silverr misses. What?
Now, granted, 16 blocks away in the Nether, 250 in the Overworld. Ocean Stronghold could potentially
Imagine
be
it's faster.
faster for Silverr in some twisted way. It's possible that it's faster for Silverr.
Looks like
but
you're no.
Pulsar
we got
finds the
Pulsar,
portal room. Yeah,
isn't it? Silverr though, right there.
it's Pulsar in the driver's seat now.
He messed up to 0.
Oh my God, Pearl's into the terrain.
And Silverr, is he gonna dig into the portal room?
He doesn't, but he's in a stronghold. Slime, huge slime in the way. Genuinely might be the worst possible mob. Maybe a witch would be worse in that situation, but he gets through it. I mean, this is big now, though, because Pulsar can't 0, so is just waiting on perch speed. Might actually be going for ground 0 here. Does set up for ground 0, yes. So if we do see a successful ground 0 come out, I haven't seen one of these really maybe at all in the qualifiers from what we've watched. I mean, in playoffs, yeah, for sure, but gets the bed set up. And Dragon is already flying over. Just going to be, can the explosives get there? Can the damage get there? And the bed's broken. 4 beds, 3 anchors.
Oh, no, this is right. I'm pretty sure. Or no, it's not right. Wait, what?
No, you can't get it off. It was correct.
I was looking at Silverr. I was looking at Silverr.
Oh, sure. And Pulsar isn't able to get that ground 0 off. Still has explosives for a normal 1 cycle, but no half bow.
Yeah, Silverr's in.
And Silverr's in. So in another turn of events, it's very possible that Silverr hits the 0. and can take the second seed. Up to the perch from Pulsar. And the Dragon is just not going.
Yeah, and I think this Silverr is setting up to 0 now.
But there's the snap for Pulsar potentially. No. Oh my god, that would have been crazy. I think it would have been too late still, but almost.
Yeah, I think it would have been too late.
And Silverr, with just one more explosive to go, gets the anchor off.
And he's good.
And wins the second seed.
Wow. Silverr getting lucky at these Pulsar mistakes, but also making the same mistake that Pulsar made last time, and just it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Another mismeasurement. And again, it's another one of those mistakes that Pulsar desyncs an eye in seed 1. He's 1,000 blocks away in a cave. Silverr desyncs an eye in seed 2, 300 blocks away in an ocean. So it's a 5-minute time loss for Pulsar in seed 1, only a minute for Silverr in seed 2.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the splits, I mean, it was like only 30 seconds of a mistake. 8 seconds slower into the fortress, 38 seconds slower into the strongholds, 30 seconds. I mean, potentially, obviously, a little more, because Silverr could have played the fort better and then lost more time going there.
I would also argue, I think the stronghold split, I think, was harder for him. Took longer because partially.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can't rip that preemptive right away. You're digging at a weird spot. That is additional time loss, and it is, again, like you said, Nerdy, visible in those splits.
Yeah.
Pulsar did save almost a minute there on that stronghold split, 40 seconds. But threw a pearl into the terrain in the end. Literally was just a block too short. And that's another one of those mistakes, Nerdy. You throw one bad pearl in the nether, maybe you're lower on the fort than you want it to be. You're 10 seconds behind. You throw one bad pearl in the end, GG. And that's what happened to Pulsar again, just making those mistakes in the moments where they matter too much.
Right.
It's the problem.
Yep.
And
that was an intense round, but Silverr up 2-0. You know, I think if you're Pulsar here,
it's a very big mental game right now, I think.
You're tilted, right? But I think you know that you've been playing better overall, like faster and better throughout, and then you've just made one mistake in both seeds. Maybe 2 in the last one.
Exactly, yeah. It's just
but you're still in this. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. And you said that Pulsar is tilted, but I think if he can actually avoid that mental tilt, just be able to lock back in.
I would be tilted.
I think I would be tilted too. I think it's very normal to be frustrated, but you have to be able to lock back in and just be able to focus on the match again. Because like you said, I think overall Pulsar is playing at a better level, higher level right now than Silverr is. It's just those small mistakes. And granted, I mean, Silverr is winning the seeds, so you could argue that he's playing better. But I think, like you said, overall, if you look at just the whole gameplay, Pulsar has been making less mistakes. They've just been, unfortunately for him, mattering more. So, and sometimes that's all that matters. But yeah, I think we're going to be ready again to send it over to a Fulham analysis segment in just a second. Get a better look into those mistakes. Maybe see exactly what happened with the desync in seed 1. But we are ready to throw it over to Fulham. So we will see you guys in that analysis segment, and then back here in just a couple minutes.
Let's go. It is 2-0. Silverr is up 2-0 in these first 2 seeds. Silverr versus Pulsar in our round of 16 in the Season 5 playoffs. I've been told by Big Boss upstairs to make sure that the analysis is not too long this time, so I thought that I'd just hold up this still image showing that in the very first seed, Silverr made a very important mistake, being this second iron shovel, which was noted in his inventory, preventing him to use the flint and steel. That is not that's not optimal. As we can see in this next clip, where he was forced to have to go into the side of this ravine and try and find a lava pool. Even after getting a flint, it's not particularly helpful as he isn't able to actually make any flint and steel, having instead to opt for a woodlight strategy that we see here, which does take him a little bit of time, does put him maybe 15, 20, 30 seconds behind in the overworld, maybe up to a minute potentially. And we can see even after this woodlight, which does take a substantial amount of time, he does enter the nether, but it is after a very long period. However, that mistake maybe cost him a minute, maybe a minute and 30 seconds. This mistake for Pulsar cost him around about 3, 4, 5 minutes. Who knows? It cost him the seed, let's say that much. As we can see, focus solely on the Pulsar screen in your top right corner up here. Unfortunately, wasn't able to clip this on the Pulsar screen. At this point right here, we can see that he's ready to pause, and I'm going to slow down the speed of the clip just so that you guys can take the time and watch this. Pillars up against the side of the portal frame, runs into the corner, then jumps and throws. I do not believe there was a second between him stopping moving and then throwing the eye. I don't know exactly what the numbers are that determine when the desync can be, but I believe that there is desync in that specific spot just due to the movement. I don't think it was anything to do with like a red boat or something along those lines, but it does seem like the movement right before the eye throw probably gave him some velocity along the server side rather than the client side, meaning that this did cause his eye to desync, and as we saw, the stronghold was in fact around about 1,000 blocks less far than Pulsar ended up traveling. Notice that Silverr was able to enter that stronghold very, very much earlier and take seed number 1, but the turns did indeed table in the second seed, as we see the exact same thing that Silverr does. Builds up 2 blocks on the side of the portal and then runs himself into a corner as if we were doing perfect travel in 2021. We can see here, backs up after doing F3C, runs into this corner, jumps and throws, and I presume the exact same thing happened. There may have been a misread, there may have been a misinput on the number of pixels between the eye, all of these things may have occurred. However, the two things that we did see in similarity are the movement just before the eye was thrown. And in the second seed, for example, Pulsar decided to get the boat outside of the portal and measure the eyes as soon as he left the boat, which did mean that his velocity was reset to 0 after getting inside and out of a boat. Hence, no mismeasurement for Pulsar. However, what we did see was a misthrow of the pearl on entering the end for Pulsar, meaning that Silverr was able to potentially come back in this seed. And after a very clean 0 setup with the double beds, we did see just that. Silverr, with a substantial amount of explosives, is able to get to this back dragon very comfortably with a food eat in the middle and is able to heal up during the 0 cycle, grabbing him seed number 2 in our best of 5. He's 1 seed away from being able to go through to our next round. Will he do it, or will Pulsar be able to make it 3-2, akin his namesake? Let's find out in this next seed. I am going to pass you guys straight back over to Feinberg and Nerdy. I'm going to waste no more of your time. Have a great rest of this match, and I will see you in this one or the next one.
Welcome back, welcome back. Thank you, Fulham, for another W analysis segment, as always. And yeah, I think it's just comes down to Pulsar needing to clean up the mistakes, learn from the mistakes. That's what he said in the interview, right? Like was happy with how he played in the qualifiers, but spent the time cleaning up the mistakes that he made, and just needs to clean up a little more because, again, I think the gameplay today from Pulsar is better on average than what we're seeing from Silverr. It's just those mistakes are too impactful, coming at the bad times. You know, it's like, obviously, it can be the same sort of mechanical issue to make a mistake, like throw a bad pearl, like in the nether in the end. Like it's the same mechanics, but it's almost like the pearl matters more in the end than it does in the nether most of the time. So you kind of have to like focus more during certain parts of the run, and maybe that's potentially something that Pulsar hasn't been working on, or doesn't think about as much, as like being able to anticipate when the mistakes matter more, and like when you can sort of play a little more loose, knowing that like, hey, if I get hit in the fort once, it's maybe not that big of a deal, but if I get hit in the bastion, or like I get hit on a low food seed, it's maybe more of a big deal. So something like that, maybe something to think about. Just and again, Pulsar cleans it up. I think we could see a reverse sweep. I think Pulsar has been playing very, very well in these first two seeds. Sure.
But I will say also with Silverr, like the mistakes that Silverr's made are also things that he could clean up. Like both runners just have been making mistakes, essentially. It's been very clear mistakes that have been like the tipping points of each game. And I feel like in the same way that Pulsar could clean up some of the mistakes he's made, Silverr could too. So I would be curious to see kind of I would love to see a clean match here. You know what I mean? Like I'd love to see a match where both runners just play really well throughout.
Like
don't make a ton of mistakes. Yeah. That's what I'd like to see in this. That's what I'm hoping to see in this upcoming match.
I think it's very possible. I think it's very, very doable. I think we can look at the seed pick ban, but it's just Village, I think, which is left. So it is just unfortunate, though, in this situation for Pulsar, because if he does win the Village seed, which he does obviously have to be able to win the best of 5, has to win the next 3 seeds. He's going to win the Village seed, and then Silverr gets to pick between any of the 5 seed types. So Silverr could just pick Desert Temple for seed 4 if we get there. Pick what Pulsar banned, or Silverr could pick any of the other 4 seed types as well. One of the seed types that he won on. I mean, maybe didn't have the best experience on the Buried Treasure Overworld, so maybe would avoid that. But I mean, if you're Silverr, you're not even thinking about that problem. You're just thinking about, okay, I'm gonna win seed 3. Not even gonna have to worry about picking seed 4. Just a quick 3-0 if you're Silverr. So I mean, we'll just have to wait and see if that's going to be the case.
Yep, and we will have to figure it out. I do feel that the Village maybe slightly gives the favor to Silverr. My thought process here is that I feel as though if you ban Desert Temple, the most sort of analogous seed type is definitely Village, right? And so if you're less comfortable with those kind of like weirder overworlds that you have to think a lot more for, I feel like that's definitely the advantage to Silverr.
There's just a ravine in the way.
I mean, he's just...
Look at this. Pulsar running. Okay, and granted, honestly, Nerdy, I understand it now. I was watching the right screen, and I'm not kidding. I was about to say, Silverr runs around the ravine, and then I look to the left, and I'm like, wait, Silverr is also bridging over the ravine, and then I thought about it, and it actually looked like
That's what I'm saying.
Actually look the exact same, but different ways for those runners to handle it.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah. But we have a 10 obsidian seed. I think rank still does guarantee lava pools, and we do see both of these runners crafting shears for blocks, which means that they have to kill the golem, as neither of these runners have iron for flint and steel. But I honestly don't hate the play. So you get so many blocks off the shears, killing the golem, very minimal time loss. Silverr trying to manage Look at the golem pathing. Who gets hit
don't
once?
You have to kill the golem no matter what?
I mean, you just don't have to make shears.
Oh, there's 10 obby. I'm stupid.
Yeah,
I didn't see. I was looking at Pulsar's screen. I thought we had a lava pool.
It's okay.
But now I see.
Look how far away these golems are too. Oh, I guess not really. Pulsar's only like a house away. It looked very different. So we're grabbing some carrots, maybe a couple hay bales. And then it's just about finding any flint to get in the nether, as the iron has been obtained. Silverr, I think, was looking for a river, couldn't find it. I mean, literally, you could just jump in this cave, find any gravel patch. Silverr's looking in this huge circle room cave here, doesn't find anything. Maybe go back to the ravine is what Silverr's thinking. Look in the ravine. Pulsar finds a river, though. Yeah, Silverr is looking in the ravine, so if there's no gravel down here, it could be very bad for Silverr, but he spots a couple. Maybe an awkward portal building spot for Silverr as well. I think he got Flint. I feel like he has 2. Maybe not though. because Pulsar mined a lot of gravel as well. No, he just has one. I don't know where Pulsar's going though. I'm very confused. He has 10. Yeah, he's playing for the lava pool. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. It is guaranteed in the ranked filter that there are lava pools on all of these overworld seeds. It doesn't matter if you get 10 obby or not. Lava pools are guaranteed to just be like force generated on seeds because it is very lame to miss like the one lava pool, and also the game also just sucks. And like lava pools can fail to generate sometimes just because of like the order that chunks load in. So Pulsar's opting to save 10 obsidian, take a little bit of a slower overworld, and potentially leave this bastion faster. And Nerdy, look at its treasure, 4 chests total in the top here. It could honestly matter a lot. This 10 extra obsidian. We'll just have to see how the bastion plays out.
Absolutely.
I think home portal is definitely playable though. They did spawn on the bastion, but I think most runners just would prefer 20 always, even if home portal is the option. You more flexibility in when you blind, what you're overlapping.
I mean, yeah, there's just, yeah, I mean, like we said before, just like the home portal stuff, it's usually wrong. And just, I don't know, if you can,
Yeah. Silver's on
you can avoid
16
it.
obsidian
You can
though.
avoid it. That's good. It's my analysis.
Any obsidian in this chest will have enough. There's not, so needs 4 more obsidian from trades. He's got 30 gold left. 20 obsidian. Okay, so no punish. Pulsar's gonna have 30 obsidian. So the lava pool play, unfortunately, not working out in Pulsar's favor.
That would have been very interesting.
Yeah.
If we saw that work, I feel like that would have been such a creative idea. Actually have it reward you, you know?
Yep.
But anyways.
And Silverr is leaving. I don't know if he saw the fort or if we're just I mean the fort is visible here now. Not sure if we were just playing for regions as well. But visible fort, SSV for Silverr. No low render distance yet though. Not entirely sure why.
One.
But using this fort again, just faster than Pulsar. I think it's just mainly the lava pool playing the overworld was the big idea here,
Yeah.
and Pulsar taking different terrain potentially to the fort. I think it's going to end up in the same way. Yeah, Pulsar. Oh my God, half a heart. Pearled on the back of a spawner. That little like lip sort of extends out one on the back of the spawner. Hit that lip, so it wasn't able to pearl clutch. And luckily for Pulsar, didn't hit the 5% Endermite chance because that would have killed him. Enderman would have spawned on the pearl. I've seen that happen before. But
Got 5 rods here for Silverr. One
Pulsar's one.
Pulsar.
Silver spawner's already blaze bedded as well. Pulsar's gotten 2 spawns now without a blaze bed.
Ooh,
Third spawn
taking
without
a
blaze
big
bed. That's
damage.
2 blazes only.
Silver's got all the rods. Blinding out at 608. Very good pace.
Yeah. Can
Ooh, and
Silver avoid
Pulsar,
the
though.
desync?
Man. Pulsar taking a lot of damage here. On 2 hearts with wither effect.
Should be fine,
man.
but any blaze will kill him. Any wither skeleton's an insta one shot. But he is healing up.
Oh my goodness. Pulsar is just scaring me with his playstyle here. But regardless. I swear there was another
2 more wither
skeleton
skeletons in the spawner, yeah.
Okay, well he looks like he's okay.
Yeah, Silver threw 2 eyes this seed as well, so surely didn't miss
Interesting, yeah.
off of these 2 eyes, and he's got 6 rods. He's just able to go. Pulsar also has 6 rods.
Hopefully not making a desync mistake. Can both runners hit this stronghold this time? That's the question we're hoping
We'll
for.
see. I mean, they are both throwing 2 eyes. Pulsar also throwing 2.
Yeah, I guess fair enough.
So we will see Pulsar doing a lot of inventory management here. Seen him do this in the overworld in the last couple seeds as well. but it looks like Silver's at chords. Pulsar's able to go, but the amount of digging that Silver's doing in the terrain, either Pulsar has to find better terrain or he's just behind by a pretty significant amount heading into the stronghold.
And there we are. Into the stronghold for Silverr. 745, not bad at all. Meanwhile, Pulsar just a bit behind, trailing a bit behind.
And he's at
I
the
think you're
courts,
right. I
but
think it's
Silver's at the portal
there we
room.
go.
So if this is a successful 0 from Silver, it's going to be a 3-0. He's got 4 beds, 3 anchors. Heading for the 0 here. Can he get up 100, back 100? Very difficult. And no, not confident in that third pearl. Literally just 1 or 2 Y levels, and he's not there. And it opens the door now for Pulsar. Again, very difficult 0. So we will see. But no half fill from Silver, no side setup as well. So gonna need some perfect pearls from Pulsar here. That's a lot of P's in one sentence.
Oh, and there is an insta-perk for Silver.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna matter, which is honestly very sad because it would be cool to see Pulsar clutch this up, but it is a side setup angle from Pulsar. He's not able to get to the top of the back 100. But yeah, Silver hits that insta-perch.
And there we go.
Sometimes
3-0.
life happens, and that's a 3-0 from Silver. Quick bracket match. Yeah, not sure what else to say. Just the lava pool play from Pulsar didn't really pay off, and look at the splits.
Yeah, it's literally just 40 seconds throughout the entire thing for the rest of the match.
And it's a 23-second difference there at the start entering the nether, and a 34-second difference there entering the end. So 11 seconds only separating these runners in the mid game, and 23 in the overworld. It's just the lava pool play. If Pulsar builds his nether
a little
portal,
bit of Bastion too. I didn't see the time loss for the Bastion for Pulsar, but I mean Silver needed less or more obbies, so I'm not exactly sure what happened. But in either case, maybe obby wasn't the bottleneck, I suppose.
Yeah, that's all it is just that overall play. I think not much else to talk about there.
Lucky perch for Silver. That could have easily gone towards in Pulsar's favor.
Not entirely sure how fast that 0 is going to be, or if it was even going to be successful from Pulsar. Side setups like that are weird. And it was also very extended out as to not break the crystal, but looked to be successful. That first bed did get off well, so could easily be 2-1 right now if Silver didn't get that perch. But did see a question in chat. Why is Silver playing Seed 16? That's a very good segue into showing our bracket for today. We do have a new format for this season. We have the bottom 8 seeds playing in round 1, and then the round 2 players will be playing tomorrow. But you'll notice that Silver is not filled in to that bracket slot under Manji, and Vstrid is not filled into that bracket slot under Automat, because our round 2 players do get to pick who they want to play going into tomorrow. So at the end of today's stream, we will have Manji pick first. He's the 5 seed, highest seed out of the round 2 players. Manji will get to pick who he wants to play tomorrow out of Silver, Vstrid, or the winner of our next 2 games from today. And then Automat will get to pick from the 3 players remaining, everyone that Manji didn't pick. Beef Salad will get to pick one of the 2 remaining players, and Ral will be stuck with the last winner from today. So that is why Silver's playing the 16 seed and not the 8 seed. A little bit of a different format today, a little bit of a more emphasis on playing well, getting those face points during the season. As you'll see, the top 4 seeds only have to win 1 match to get into the semifinals. Only have to win 2 to get into the grand finals. If you're someone like Silver, you have to win 4. It's double the games to get to the end of the bracket. Just a lot more playing experience, I guess, gets you a little bit more used to the bracket, but it's more players you have to beat on the way, more variance potentially, right? More seeds you can lose to RNG, more seeds where you can make mistakes and potentially lose your bracket run. So definitely would rather be the 1 seed in this situation. I would rather be in Dougal's situation than someone like Silverr's, right? Would rather play less games to get there.